Hi guys, back again with me Austin from A Boy at Heart. Today I'm going to share to you my experience on Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series 3/4 inch Elite Praetorian Guard. Alright, so this is part of the Last Jedi wave. Let's start with the packaging first. Okay, as usual, this is the current typical Black Series packaging. 6-inch and 3/4 inch, smaller one, with the name down below and the artwork here. Okay, nothing much. The most important thing is the bio at the back. Alright, so as the supreme leader of the First Order, Snoke was flanked by guardians, blah blah blah. So basically, these guys are the personal bodyguard of Supreme Leader Snoke of the First Order. Okay, so let's get back to the figure and let's have a closer look on this guy, shall we? Okay, let's start with the head first. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 versions of Elite Praetorian Guard in the movie, and I think the 6-inch one version they have it all. At least 2 of them. I can't remember. But for the 3/4 inch version, this is the only version that I get, which is what we can get. But I don't mind with that. I think this is quite a cool version of it. Okay, and this is basically the head. Okay, it's not a helmet. It's not like the Royal Guard where they have the actual human head inside. So this is the actual head of the figure. Okay, and I like the the detailings here, the detailings on this part of the helmet. I think, like, although it's all painted in mostly red, but I appreciate every details that they can give us. A bit of quality control issue on my figure here, but I check on my other figure because I have 2 of them. It's not there, so it's probably just on my figure, so don't worry about it on yours. Okay, it's actually not bad for this scale. Alright, so looking at the back, looks like that. It's not the tidiest cut over there, but I think it's still acceptable. Alright, now I like the details on this side as well, and it's very interesting to see whether they can. I think they have to modify this part a little bit to allow for articulation. That's okay with me. At the end of the day, it's a figure. You cannot expect something that's to be very perfect, but at least it works. I prefer something that works, function. Of course, you have to maintain some kind of forms, but functions is very important as well. And then nothing much here and there. Yes, there are molded details. If you see these linings here and there, it's molded, which is I think appreciated as well, although it's all painted in red, bright red, but we can see a lot of details there. They really look like a knight. The knight. It looks like an armor of the knight in the olden days, which I actually really like. I think this is one of my favorite from the Last Jedi wave. I think my most favorite being this figure actually, and I appreciate the fact this is something new. They try to make it just like the character in the movie as best as they could in this scale, by the way, which is great to see that. It doesn't feel rubbery, so that's a solid plastic. That's cool. Okay, everything is in red. Now this portion here, they actually use soft goods, which I'm okay with it. Okay, mix of soft good can be a hit and miss sometimes, but for me, I always appreciate it because it allows your figure, again this is an action figure, to have a more possibility on the legs. Okay, But these days, actually, because they have updated the articulation on the thigh, it's not as bad as it used to be. Okay, I'll show you later, guys. Anyway, the knee pad is molded nicely here. Yeah, nothing much on the paint area. Not much shading. I mean, this is pretty much is what we have from the movie, what they have from the movie. But there's a bit of texturing on the pants here. Let me try to focus first. A bit of texturing here. See, listen. So that's cool. But I like the arms here. Okay, although they have to make rooms for the articulation up here. Okay, we'll see how it compares with the 6-inch version. Probably in the next videos. Okay, now for the articulation, the head is on ball joint, so you can do a lot of ball joint motion, a bit limited up and down, side to side, not so much, but you can turn it around basically. Okay, the arm, the shoulder pad here doesn't move. I presume this is molded but kind of soft. Let's try the articulation. It's always on a ball hinge joint. See, the hinge is there. This is much the maximum upward is actually not bad, so the shoulder pad doesn't really hinder the articulation. And then let's try it to the back. Okay, to the back, that's the maximum. But let's see, we cannot do a full rotation. You can do a front punch and back punch, but because it's not articulated, it's there. I mean, bit of a shame, but yeah, by adjusting the hinge, I think you can still do something like that, which is okay, I think. So that's cool. So you do have a full rotation actually, if not because of this, but that's okay for me. See this, the rotation. Okay, the elbow you can bend this much, 90 degrees, that's cool. Rotation as well, I think that's a standard actually. For the wrist you have rotation and a bit, and the hinge, if you can look at it, may not be very visible, but it's there. Let's try. But because the way it is molded on this part of the armor, I can't really move. It's there, see, the joint is there, but the movement is very limited. Let's see on the other side. Yes, it's there as well. So it's supposed to allow for this up and down movement aside from the rotation, but it cannot be moved because of the molded, because of the sculpt. But that's okay for me. Now on this part, the chest, so again it actually have double rotation. So the first rotation is up here. So you can turn this around, a bit of movement to the back, to the front, side to side, and rotation, full rotation. Now let's try. I think I can feel a bit of movement down here. Let me try. Not so much, but you can kind of wiggle it a little bit. Okay. Alright, thank goodness for the soft, for the clothes. Okay, soft material. Now the the upper thigh is on a ball hinge joint. Okay, ball hinge. So the ball is inside, I believe, which allows you to have rotation up there. Okay, look at the hinge, it moves to in accordance to the rotation. It's not a full rotation. Hey, it is a full rotation, by the way. Sorry about that. It's a full rotation up there. Okay, up there. But then there's also the hinge. By adjusting the hinge, you can do like a full split. Okay, so you just have to play with the hinge, basically. A front kick, and let me see if back kick is hindered, but it's there a little bit. So this joint is very good to allow for open leg precision, which is cool. Okay, let me adjust the hinge first. Now just below this awesome ball hinge joint on the thigh, upper thigh. We have rotation down here. See the line here? Let me try. You can actually move it, turn it around 360. Okay. Notice that the hinge is still there, so it remains. The rotation is down there. Now the knee you can bend this much. You can bend this much, and there's rotation as well. Okay, cool. The ankle, no rocker ankle, but normally we have rotation and a bit of downward and upward movement. So articulation is actually, for this scale, is not so bad. Still works. Okay, that's cool. Now for this, in the movie there are several variants of this guard, and each they have their own specialized weapon. But for this one we get this kind of a spear blade, something like that. Okay, this is something that we can find a different mold, I think, but somewhat I think the inspiration is from the comic version of Royal Guard, maybe. This part here is textured. Okay, the red part are textured, so it allows for better grip. Okay, that's cool in my opinion. That's cool. Sorry about it. Camera, come on. So I like that. I like it. The paint, not much detailing though. It's just plain gray. A bit. I wish the blade has a bit of shading, perhaps. Make it look more shiny or whatever. But too bad. Okay, it just looks metal. Not really shiny, but it works very well. A bit bendy, but still very sturdy. So don't worry about that. Like in the beginning of my video, we can use sorry, we can pose the weapon. We can pose the figure holding it with two arms like this, which is okay, or to make it wear it one-handedly, it still work as well. So it's not very hard. Okay, just like that, and it holds pretty well, so I like it. I like working accessories on my figures. Okay, let's scale him up. He's standing probably around just below 3.675, so probably like 3.675, I think. Probably around that. Okay. Basically, it's not too short, not too tall. Let's compare him with several figures on the line. Let's see. I don't have the Supreme Leader, so sorry about that. Cannot give you much comparison. There's Coloran, and they have here to create the open mask, open helmet Kylo on the scale, Black Series, I mean, with the super articulation, of course. Jin, sorry, this is not Jin, this is Rey. And let's see, let's compare to. He's too short, is he? She's even shorter. That's okay. Compared to Chewbacca. Let me see. Executioner, Stormtrooper, First Order, of course. And then let's compare this to a fellow bodyguard. This is cool. It looks more bright red, whereas this one is more like classic vintage. The color is a bit dim and old, but that's okay. It's okay for me. And of course, compared to several other figures line, okay, normally G.I. Joe and Marvel Universe or Marvel Legends are taller. so that's kind of normal. Alright, so like I said, this is probably my favorite figure in this wave. Very nice, although they have yet to release another version. Yes, please get more of them. Cannot recommend them enough. It's very fun to play with, very fun to pose, but very small. And at least you need two, right? At least Supreme Leader Snoke need 2 bodyguards at least, right? Okay, so get them, get more of them. Alright, hopefully they will release a Black Series or fully articulated Supreme Leader Snoke. Sorry for that. Thanks guys for watching. I'm Austin from A Boy at Heart. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Goodbye.